Hello everybody, I'm Mitsumaru, and today I'm going to build this beautiful tree in Mitsumaru City. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before we begin, and let's get started. This is my friend's map, and he's created his own trees, and they look really good. I'm fantastically happy with his trees. He's got these entity blocks that are built up with like a million trunks to be really large and tree looking. It looks great. There are prefabs available in the Yuushya mod, but they tend to be rather straight and boring. Here look, he's built his own trunks, just like that. He's put plenty of trunks inside it, because that's what you do, and it looks brilliant. This one doesn't look so good. He's used these mangrove leaves. In the Yuushya mod, the mangrove leaves look kind of square and blocky, and I don't like them. But the other leaves, like these sakura ones, look fantastic. Look at this ancient tree bending on its side. If you want to copy the entity block, you can control middle click them, and then you use the GUI tool to have a look at them. It's pretty good, really. I'm absolutely fascinated by all of the trees in his map, and I thought it would be a good idea to create my own, because I think Mitsumaru City deserves a good tree. Look at that one, that's a fantastic trunk, isn't it? It looks fantastic. You can have a look with the GUI tool and see that he's added all of these different pieces, and then he's just moved them and rotated them to be, like a real tree trunk. It looks fantastic. So I'm going to throw those bits away. This one looks more like a standard one. It's still magnificent and rather big, but these sakura trees are really cool. I'm not going to copy them because they're his trees, but I'm definitely going to learn from them and make my own. It looks good. The entity block goes in like that, just on top of the trunk, and it's an absolutely massive array of different block states, which is basically the same trunk placed many times. Delete that one as well. Looks fantastic. He's even got one ready for winter. Look at that, it's just with loads of branches on the edge. There the branches, look. It's a really big branch. If you go in with the GUI tool, he's got two branches. You can actually rotate those and shift those where you want, and you can also scale it. So I'm going to make a really big branch and just leave that there. He can come back later and fix that. I made a mistake. I'm sorry about that, my friend. Throw all away the stuff, and then I'm going to head over to Mitsumaru City because I'm going to make my own tree today. Here I am in his world, and now I'm back in Mitsumaru City atop the Diamond Insurance building that I built recently. It's an absolutely massive tower. The whole city down below looks tiny in comparison. It's easily the biggest building I've ever built in Minecraft for sure. And I'm going to find a place to build a tree. I like the idea of building it near the canal. Don't fall in the water! Oh, good. I didn't. So here, look, I'm on Regal Heights. I'm going to find a place to build a tree. Let's open up, wow, that's massive. Let's open up the inventory. Under living beings, you can find all of the trunks. There's 3 sizes of trunks, and there's 3 branches. Again, under living beings. There's also butterflies. Cool, I might take the blue one. That's a good idea. You can find cats and various different trees, including these leaves. The leaves, again, come in different forms. Average, small, and large. So I think they call it a big cluster, an average cluster, and then just a cluster. Pretty cool. So I'm going to put those in there. You can also find a spawner for leaves. This is a falling oak leaf spawner. So let me show you how that works. You put in some trunks or whatever. This should be on a tree. And then you can put the spawner in next to the leaves. And then the leaves will go down like that. If you want to find it, you need to have the GUI tool in your hand and it will give you the box shape. You can't destroy it with that, but you can destroy it with other things. So that's cool. I'll put those all in my inventory ready for the build. And now we'll get started. The first thing I want to do is start finding a place to build the tree. I think I'm going to build it here on Donkle Street. That's great. I'm going to build it on Donkle Street. What a stupid name. Put in the trunk, and then we're going to get started with it. This is completely hit and miss for me. Turn a block into an entity, put a block in your offhand, and then you can add a block state. And then you could just basically move it around to where you want it to be. You can resize it to be huge like that. Maybe you move it up a bit. Rotate it where you want it to be, add another block state. You can move this one around as well. You can basically do the same thing many times until you've got the position of the trunks, the branches, and everything you need. I'm also going to have a root system on this tree. It looks good, but it's a bit blocky and square, isn't it? One thing that nature doesn't really do is blocky and square, but Minecraft does do blocky and square, doesn't it? So all I'm trying to do to start with is build a trunk. It's going to be thick at the bottom, and then it's going to fan out like an umbrella of branches later on. But it's going to be difficult to find these pieces and put them in properly. That one looks rather large, but it's good to start with. That's a good base. So go back in with the GUI tool. Maybe I'll resize one of them down and move them across like this, adding in many different block states of the trunks, just like my friend did. I don't know the limit of the block states you can put in this one block. Maybe many, but you're going to get lost and confused, and that's no good. So yeah, here, look, I want to reduce the size of that one. Got to try and find the exact one I want. Bring the size down. I kind of like 1.2. 1's okay, but it's a bit thin. Shift it across like that. Rotate it to where I want it to be. And now I've got a simple unit to start the base of the tree. It's not perfect. This is completely new territory for me. I've never made a tree before in Minecraft. I've chopped them down and I've found them, but I've never made a tree. And with the Yuushya mod, which I seem to be an expert in, it could be a fun endeavor to do. Okay, that looks good. That looks okay. So I'm going to rotate this one. I've got to try and find the entity state. And then, yeah, there it is. Rotate it like that. Down a bit. Into the ground. It doesn't matter that it goes into the ground. Across. I've got myself a nice looking lump. Now all I need to do is make many of these lumps and rotate the bits. Put this one here. I think I want to keep it like that, but size it up a little bit. Scale 1.2 is good. Bring that into the ground. That looks quite good. It's not too much of a problem. But you can see there's bits clipping in. I don't like the clipping. I'll get to that in a minute. I've got to try and move those and shift them across so there's no more clipping. Move this one here because it's a bit redundant being in the trunk like that. Shift that one up. Yeah, that looks good. There's still a bit of clipping on the side there. I'm not happy with that. You can see that clipping. I'm not sure what to do about that clipping. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Whoops. I don't want to get rid of that. I'll get rid of the whole tree. That would be a mistake. Yeah, so you can control middle click it to keep it. Find out where it is. There it is. It's too high. It's too high. So what I need to do is try and identify where that is. Put that one in the ground. No, that's not right. There's too many now. So get rid of that and that. Put that one and that one. Delete that one. Now I've got it back to where it was. Good. Confusion. So I've got to try and identify which one is clipping through the side of the trunk. That's not easy to do because there's many block states. The more block states you have, the more confusing it becomes. So it might be this one. Shift it up forward a bit. Look, yep, now I've reduced the clipping there. That's good. So this side, I've also got to try and identify the trunk that is clipping in the other trunks. That's confusing. Yeah, I think it might have been that one, but I'll try and identify the others. Shift that one across. It's not that one. So let's try the next one. Is it this one? Maybe it's that one. Okay, let's try this one. Not that one. I need to try and find the trunk that I'm looking for. That seems to not be the trunk. It's not the one. I've lost it. It's still clipping, you see? And that's a problem. The clipping is a problem. This one here is not the offender. I've just got to try and find it. I think it's this one. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. So shift it forward on the x-axis. And I've got myself a nice trunk with no clipping in. That's good. So I can get rid of that lump. I don't need to copy that. If you copy it, it's just the same lump. And that's no good. I need to make a unique one. That's what I want to do. Keep that one. Get these trunks in my offhand. Put that one in, look. Turn it into an entity. Bring it down. Could rotate it, but I'm not going to bother with rotating yet. Just going to shift that across like this. Looks good. Okay, great. So now I can maybe scale it a bit. 1.2 is a good size. Shift it up in a bit. Across like that. Yeah. Okay, I want a nice solid trunk. Looks good. So now what I can do, look, is basically have an offhand trunk like that. Go back in with the GUI tool, add a block state, shift it to where I want it to be. That's too blocky, isn't it? I don't want it to be too blocky. So I can just add a block state, leave it in like that, shift that one across. I don't want to rotate it, but that looks good. That looks good because I'm trying to make the tree angle a little bit, like, a bit of an old tree. I can try and find another one, shift this one across, and then it's got the same entity form. I'll show you what I did in a minute to keep it. I didn't rotate this one, you see? It looks good, bit of a mess, but that's pretty much what a tree is, isn't it? You could select the block state, and it goes red, and then you can just basically add another one, and you can rotate it to where you want it to be. I'll show you that trick in a minute. First, I've got to build up this trunk. Add another block state, shift it across like that. It doesn't matter, it's a bit thick in different places. That looks okay. Whoa, that's too big. Just a little bit bigger. Shift it down, across a little bit. I'm happy with that. It does look rather nice. That looks good. That does look good. And have different weird bits on the tree, because it's not going to be a perfect block. I'm going for realism in this tree build. And that looks cool, but I want to add some roots. I think it would be nice to have a few roots on this. So let's see. I'm going to add another block. Get rid of that one. Turn that into an entity. Yep. Rotate it a bit. Not too much rotation. Not too large either. 1.2 is good. Shift it into the tree a bit. And then rotate maybe this way. Yes, I've got a bit of a tree angle going on. It looks good like this. I'm happy with that. It looks really interesting. I'm going to add some roots. So here, look, I'm going to get a thinner tree trunk. Add a block state on this entity. Rotate it. Just like that. Move it across. Looks good. I'm happy with that. A little bit different. Have some roots on the tree is always a good idea. Like that. Add another block state by selecting that one so it's red. And now I don't need to rotate this one. That's an interesting trick. Yeah, happy with that. Shift it across just a little bit more. Into that one. Nice. Okay, so the next one I need to put in on the ground, I think. So yeah, I'm going to go in here. Put this one in the ground. Here. Just like that. Turn it into an entity. Go in with the GUI tool. Put my offhand as well. And then rotate this one into the ground a little bit more. And a little bit across. Just like that. That's great. I've got myself a tree root. Now all I need to do is repeat the process. I'll try a branch. See if that works. So first I'm going to put the branch down here. Turn it into an entity. But be careful with the branches. Sometimes they don't turn into entities and you got to float around and click them. That will happen later. Shift that into the ground. And move it across a bit. It looks okay like this. But I'm not exactly sure because there's like a few of those rooty bits hanging around. It's a bit weird. Does look kind of cool though. Maybe I'll change that back to a trunk. It does look cool, but I think I prefer the trunk. So go back in, replace, or maybe add another one. Let's see, let's find out. Yeah, go in, rotate it where I want it to be, shift it across, and add the third root. I do want to change that branch, I think. It's a bit weird. Yep, put in another branch, another trunk, rotate it with the GUI tool where I want it to be, following the previous one and across just like this. Cool. I like that. Again, I don't really like that branch. I might change that. It's a bit weird. Yeah, thinking what to do. That branch is wrong. Put a trunk in my offhand and replace it. Now it's gone missing. That's no good. I need to find where it is and then rotate it. So now it's a bit more like a tree because they don't have branches down there. And although those little bits were kind of weird, weren't they? Put in another one like that. The trunks can go in on themselves as well, and they don't clip too much. Not like in the beginning, there was a clipping issue, but that looks great. I'll add one more root, I think, because I think 4 roots is good. Pop that one in here, turn it into an entity, go in with the GUI tool, and then rotate it to where I want it to be. Yeah, put it down a bit, and across, into the tree like that. Add another block state by clicking the red one, and now I don't need to rotate it, you see? It's a funny little trick I learned, a quirk. Yeah, that's good, but I can't add another trunk in this block. I can add millions, but I'm trying to go left. You see what I mean? So look, what I need to do is grab the trunk, put it in the ground, then turn that one into an entity, and then rotate this and connect it to the other one. It's a bit tricky to do. It does take a few iterations and a bit of learning, but once you've done it, you've got yourself a fancy route. It looks good. Maybe I can add one more to that. Yeah, so add another one. Oops, I don't have anything in my offhand. It's a bit silly. Grab the trunk, add a block state. Maybe a thinner one. Let's see. I want the branch. Let's try that. Okay, and then rotate it where I want it to be. Just like this. A bit tricky to rotate those sometimes. Yeah, then rotate it on the x-axis. I don't really understand which way you rotate them. And then a bit more. Shift it into the ground. Across a bit. It doesn't really work with the branches, does it? It's weird. So get the trunk back, click that one, replace with offhand, and then I can rotate that one. It's a bit simpler with the trunks. The branches are confusing in the ground. They really are. That's cool. I'm happy with that. It's a very interesting base for the tree. It looks good. So now all I need to do is build the rest of the tree up. If you're liking this video, by the way, subscribe to my channel. Send me a comment as well. If you're having any trouble building these trees, just let me know, because it's not easy. It's not easy building these trees. It's all about the trunks, the GUI tool, and the placement of stuff. So let's put some branches in here. 4 of those. Yep, another one. different branches, you know, different stuff. Put in a, let's go in with the GUI tool. Put in the trunk there. Turn it into an entity. Then you go in with the GUI tool and rotate it. Then you can put that one in just where you want it. I'm happy with that. So I can grab a branch, put the branch on the edge, basically add a block state like that, and then rotate it to where I want it to be. Shift it across a little bit like that, up a bit, rotate it a bit back. Good, like this. It's a bit different. It's interesting. The tree design is coming on, and it's nearly... Ooh, that's clipping. Why is it clipping? I think it's something to do with the branch. Not happy. Yeah, it's a bit weird. So I might have to take that one out. Let's remove that one. Yeah, I'll take that one out. And then I can maybe put in another trunk instead. Put the branch here instead. Turn it into an entity. I'm having trouble with that one. Yeah, like that. Go in with the GUI tool. Move it across. Up a little bit. Rotate it where I want it to be, like that. Across and down a bit more. I've got myself the branch. It looks great. Yeah, it's not the original intended branch design because I wanted it in a different place, but that looks good. I'm happy with that. That's exactly how trees look, isn't it, really? After I've done the trunks, I'm going to put in the leaves, which will make it look like a real tree. Stick that one in here, turn it into an entity, move it down a little bit and rotate it. That looks great. That does look really cool. Do the same again. On the top, this one, entity, in with the GUI tool, bring it down, rotate. A little bit more, like that, like that. That's great, that's great. Now I can put some more branches in. Not happy with the position of that branch. Maybe have one more trunk on top. And maybe I can rotate this one in a little bit, like that, you see? I could put the branch on the edge of this trunk. That looks great. Cool, I'm happy with that. So let's go put in a small one as well. Just like this. It's the same one. Shift it up like that. Move it across like this and maybe rotate it a bit. It's a bit too square, but I'm not worried about that because I'm just going to add branches to it. Maybe I can put this one here. Turn that into an entity. Very difficult to do. Go in there. Rotate this one. Yeah, being very careful to rotate. Just like that. Yeah, happy. That looks good. Trees are always a bit weird, aren't they? I'm not exactly sure how to build a tree. Put that one in here. Yeah, that looks good actually, like that. But I kind of want to move it, so go back in with the entity. GUI tool it up, and then just move it to where you want it to be. Up a little bit, rotated, just like this. Yep, across a bit, maybe up a little bit more. It's all trial and error. I'm not doing anything spectacularly amazing. I'm just putting in pieces and rotating them to make them look tree-like. That's all I'm doing. There's nothing fancy about this at all. Cool, let's put one in here. I like that. Too many branches, move that one up a little bit, just like this at the end. Pretty cool. I'm coming up to the end of building the tree. It's a little bit boring for me actually doing this. I'm not going to design too many trees, but I might design a world tree. Could you imagine that? Like a really, really big tree, an absolutely massive tree. This looks good though so far. Put this one in here, maybe a little small one. Turn it into an entity, put in my offhand of course. Go in, bring that down, rotate it. Put in the extra block state and rotate that one. Great, so the tree is a bit taller. Good. Now all I need to do is put in a few more branches. Let's put in this little baby one. That's good. Put in another branch. You can't put branches next to branches, which is kind of funny. So you need to put in a bunch of logs like this. Delete those. Turn that one into an entity with my offhand. Replace it. Good. There's the branch. Obviously, I need to rotate that where I want it to be. So rotate it like this. Maybe down a little bit. Yeah, up a bit rotation, just like that. Hey, that's cool. I've got myself a little branch that sits on the other branch. Trees have these things, don't they? They have those sort of things growing all over the place. Another little baby branch there. Yeah, maybe I can stick in another baby branch somewhere. Maybe here. Yeah, I've seen trees like that. Absolutely, I have. You can't put one there, so I've got to do the old trick. Stick in a couple of branches, offhand the branch, put that in here. Turn that into an entity and then just bring it down, look. Off state, that's right. That looks good actually, I'm not going to mess with that. Pretty cool. Interesting design, I hope you'll agree. Put in another branch here. Turn it into an entity, I did it first time there. Shift that across and then down into the tree. Just a little bit like that. Cool. I'm very happy with this tree, I think it's coming on. Yeah, so now all I need to do, I think, is to start putting bits on it. I might add like a lump here. One of those things that you see on trees sometimes. So put that here, rotate it a bit, down into the tree. So I've just got like a little lump growing, because trees are not always naturally, I mean, they are natural, but they don't have natural designs, do they? I guess. Kind of weird. You know what I'm trying to say? They have weird growths that appear for no reason. And it certainly does look better than the standard Minecraft tree. It needs leaves though. It needs a lot of leaves. I need to fix this thing up. So let's get rid of all of those bits. And I'm going to grab the leaves that I've already got. Big ones, average ones, clusters, and the falling one. And the butterfly. Grab Mr. Butterfly. I think I'll get the blue one. That looks cool. Yeah, happy with the blue one. I've got all the bits that I need. So now I can start putting the bits in. Put the clusters in next to the branches. Anywhere that I fancy. I'm thinking closer to the tree trunk, I'll put the bigger pieces in. Because that doesn't work. It can't put anything on the branches. It's very funny, that is. I'm not happy that you can't put things on the branches. But you can put things near the branches and on the other entities. And just build it up like this with the average ones and the big ones. Looks good. Anywhere that I fancy, like here, maybe here. The little clusters are good. But I want to build it up with the bigger ones, really. Yeah, I'll change that one to a big one. Put in the big ones here, one there. I'm happy with that. It looks good. Put in different places where I can find that. A little cluster there, that's cool. Cluster up the branch. Again, you can't put them near the branch. The sacred branch does not accept clusters of leaves. It's kind of weird. Turn that one into an entity, I guess, and then shift it down. You can put it into the branch as well. That's not a problem. Move it across like that. Pretty cool. Put in another cluster. Yeah, that's a shame. I'm going to have to rotate that one. Yep. So make an entity, bring it down, rotate it a little bit, move it into the cluster. Yeah, that looks good. It's a bit sparse, but I need to start building it up with more leaves. The closer to the trunk I get, the more leaves there should be. That's how I feel. Sticking one there. Another little one should go on the top. Yeah. It's not easy to see where the bits should go. It's, again, trial and error. Where do things go? Where I think they look good. There's no real proof or real way of doing this. I don't know. Shift that one onto the end of the branch like that. Rotate it a bit. That looks good. I think they would grow on the end of branches like that, but still sparse, isn't it? So I need to add more clusters here, there, and everywhere. Yeah. So turn it into an entity. Bring it in. That'll do. This one also needs to be moved a little bit because it's floating. And I don't like floating leaves. Maybe I could stick one here. Little ones that grow on the side of the tree. Yeah, I think that's good because trees do that, don't they? They have little bits growing all over the tree at different places. Maybe on this side here. I think that looks great. Bit too empty though, so I'm going to put some big ones in. Just like that. Yeah. Maybe I can move it into the trunk. It doesn't matter that you move it into the trunk. That's not a concern. It looks great like this. Put in a few more. One there. That looks great. Yeah, I'm happy with that, but it's a bit sparse. I might need to bring the size of the tree up. And that one's floating. Leaves don't float. They attach to branches. So shift it across. Yeah, rotate it a bit. That looks good. Happy with that. Really cool. I feel the tree's a bit small though, so I might have to put a few more trunks in. Shift that one across. I could actually disguise it with the leaves. Rotate it into the branch. That looks great. No problem there at all. Looks good. So now I'm going to try and disguise this bit at the top. I'm going to use big ones, see? And move that one in, down a bit, and try and disguise the top of the tree with more leaves. That's the plan. Go in, add another block state, you can do that, and just have loads and loads of leaves in that one block. You could do, it's no problem. Have another one, rotate that one where I want it to be, shift it across, maybe down a little bit. Looks great like that. I'm very happy with this tree, but it's a bit sparse on the top, like I said, so I'm going to add some more. Sticking one there, one here, one at the side as well, one at the top, but bring that one down so it's not floating. I don't want floating leaves. Rotate it a bit so it looks a bit different. The tree's coming on, but there's spaces, look. What you could do is grab one of these leaf things. Yeah, it's not going to work. Need to put it in my offhand, go back in with the GUI tool on the trunks and add a cluster. I wouldn't recommend that you change the trunks and add things to the trunks, because that way it's a bit tricky. And once you've built the tree, there's no going back. You cannot change the tree design because you may destroy branches. And I've done that before with the prefabs. And doing it with this one would be even worse because this is my own tree that I designed. So be very careful. Once you've made the tree, there's no editing it, because if you imagine it, it's like a mass or a mess of empty entity blocks all over the place. You can see that as I zoom around. Some blocks there, and if you destroy them, you might destroy the branches, which are a bit more difficult to place. You can put them in the trunks as well. I think that looks really good. I think I'm happy with the design of this tree. It's a bit sparse and might add a few more bits here and there. Yeah, like this. Just crowd up that bit. Stick it into the branch and on the end of it like that. Looks good. Yeah, happy with that. I don't really need to bother rotating it. You can a little bit, look. Stick it in. Rotating it always does look good because it's different to the other leaves that you've left. Let's put one at the end there. Obviously, yeah, I can. I can put it at the end of that one for some reason. Okay, bring it down, across a little bit, rotate it, and then just bring it into the end of the branch. I think that looks really good. The tree is almost finished. It's different. I've never seen a tree like this before in Minecraft. Nobody's ever built a tree like this before in Minecraft, except my friend. And perhaps, you know, maybe you if you've had a go at making trees, but it's not easy. I've chopped down many trees, but I've never made one as beautiful and strange as this one. I'm very happy with it. It needs to be a bit thicker though, because it is a rather sparse tree. I like the average oak leaves and the big ones, because that way you can have a really thick, full tree. Rotate that one. So it's coming down a little bit. You see what I mean? It looks great like that. Maybe I can have another cluster here. Not there, not there. Here? Nope. Right on the top there. Looks good. It's got like a little space. Use a big one. Use a big one. Put the big one in here. Maybe I can put the big one in here. That looks good. Shift it across. Just like that. And I think I've got myself a nice looking tree. And I'm happy with that design. That tree is complete. Obviously I can add more, but let's put the spawner in here. The leaves will fall down, just on one side, and it looks like they're falling to the wind as well. Looks really cool. Then I can put the butterfly in. I'll stick the butterfly in here. That looks natural. I think I put it... Wait. I need to decide. Maybe here, yeah. That's good. So I've got myself a nice tree. I've added a butterfly and a spawner. Pretty cool. I'm happy with this tree. It looks absolutely magnificent. But I haven't finished yet, so don't go away. You want to subscribe to my channel, you're welcome to. What I want to do is copy it with the Axiom mod. So go in with the Axiom mod, grab this square, shift it up, so I've got all of the leaves and everything in the trunks. Bring it up one, because I don't want to copy the grass. Control-C to copy it, and then I can put this in anywhere I want it to be. Paste it in, no worries there. I've got myself a nice looking tree, and it's not clipping, which is good. You can rotate it with the Axiom mod as well, and I'm going to show you what to do here. So go back, Control-Z, rotate it, then enter. Sometimes it clips and it's funny, but this tree doesn't seem to be clipping, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm happy with that. So I've got two trees, one design but rotated 2 times. Control-Z, and I'm going to find a place to put it. I'm not sure where I can put this tree. I'm thinking I can stick this tree here. That looks good, right at the end of the canal. I can have a little rest spot for the people who are working in the Diamond Insurance office block. So bring it across with the red and the blue arms like this. Shift it back a little bit. It doesn't matter, there's a bunch of air around it, that's cool. Once I'm happy with it, press enter, and the tree's in place. It looks good. It's a very interesting looking tree. Yeah, I'm very happy with that, and it doesn't look like it's clipping anywhere. Good. So now what I want to do is grab some bone meal and some grass and natural things from the living beings in the Yuushya mod. I'm thinking of grabbing the evergreens, this tall grass, the lilacs are always good. Yeah, maybe some ferns, lower grass and things. Let's have a look. Ferns are always good. And then this white one, a blooming evergreen. So now I'm just going to stick in ferns, put the lilacs in different places. I want to have at least... Oh, the canal lady. The canal lady, she's screaming. That's weird, isn't it? So let's put in the evergreen there. Bone meal it up a bit, just to get some extra grasses growing. Looks good. One more time. And then remove those plants. I don't like the look of them. I do prefer the Yuushya mod plants. They are also Yuushya mod plants, actually. But I'm thinking I prefer to use these ones, like the lilac. It looks really good like that. And the whole idea really is just to build up the place with more natural grass. I like the long and tall grass there. Stick in a few. Ooh, let's see, I can get some dirt and build in a little dirt path as well. Because that way I've got myself a very interesting rest zone. Careful not to destroy the bit of the root system there. That would be a problem, wouldn't it? Being very careful not to destroy the tree while I'm doing this. I really don't want to destroy the tree. Basically, I'm just going to build this dirt path for the workers who have worked in the Diamond Insurance building all day and then want to have a little rest outside. I'm not going to add a bench. Put in a few lilacs. I thought one more lilac, I think. An evergreen, a blooming evergreen here. I like those. They're nice and green, aren't they? It does look like it's finished. Happy with it. Maybe I can add a few ferns here and there, like that. Yeah. And then one more lilac, because things come in threes, don't they? So put it here. Done. That looks beautiful. Maybe add another fern. Maybe a few more tall grasses, the Yuushya grasses. Looks good like that. A lower one. An evergreen. Where can I put it? Here. And that's pretty much done. That's the rest space. It looks great. If you've liked this video, subscribe, send me a comment as well. I'm just going to remove all of these things. If you want to, you can support me by sending me a super thanks. And if you really want to, you can support me on coffee. That'd be nice. So let's go into the Diamond Plaza here, the Diamond Insurance Plaza. Looks great, actually. I'm happy with that. When the workers come out, they can come out over here, walk on this dirt path and see their tree. This is the resting tree. And it's a magical tree. Yeah. I'm happy with that. It does look like a fantastic tree, but I'm going to try one more thing before you go. I'm going to have a look at what it looks like at night, because I'm concerned it's a little bit dark. I know of trees, they are dark. At midnight, look, it's pitch black. I don't like, so I'm going to get some lights. Maybe I like this medieval lamp, this tall medieval lamp, and this thing, yeah, and then some fireflies. That's pretty cool. So let's see, I'm going to put the fireflies in. Where can I put them? I'll put them in on the ground. Now, obviously, they're not too bright. Turn it into an entity, and then just bring the brightness up. Great. So now I've got some fireflies. I could leave them on the ground like that. That's cool. Let's put the lamp in. Put the base and the tall one. I don't really like the tall one, so put in the other one as well. Yeah, great. Happy with that. Cool. It's a bit more lit up. The tree itself is not lit up, so I'm going to move these fireflies first. You can grab the entity block, put them in the tree, but it never keeps the brightness. So go back in with the GUI tool, bring the brightness up, and I've got some fireflies illuminating the tree a little bit. Now I said this is a magical tree. So here, look, I need to basically turn the tree bright. Basically, all I'm doing is going in with the GUI tool, various locations here, and just making it bright. So the tree is lit up. Maybe at the edge of these leaves as well. Brightness 15. Now I've got a bit more of a magical tree in the city, haven't I? It looks good like this. Do the same here. Brightness up. Nice, colourful tree. And in the daytime, you won't even notice because it's bright. So let's go back to the daytime, and you don't even notice that it's lit up. Maybe a little bit, but it's not too much of an issue. If you've liked this video, subscribe to me. Send me a comment as well if you're having any troubles with it. If you want to, you can support me by sending me a super thanks, or you could support me on coffee. This tree has been a brilliant build to do, and I'm very happy with it. I'm Mitsumaru, and I'll see you next time.